There goes my voice again. Hey.
Hi, Miss Mims. Thank you to the necromancer that brought us both back from the dead. We are here and we're back.
God. It wasn't. It was pretty bad. I'm not going to
It was pretty
lie.
bad for both of us. Well, one week it was me and the next week it was you. It was pretty bad.
Dear listeners, we had the consumption. Luckily, it wasn't COVID,
Cons-
but
Consumption junction, what's your function? Consumption junction, what's your function?
it's the
Okay, sorry.
it was one of those diseases the Bronte sisters wrote about.
My favorite diseases, the Bronte afflictions are my favorite.
Oh no, he's got a sniffles. Dead 3 pages later.
Lord Jacoby was enjoying his wine, and suddenly a cough occurred, and the wine was suddenly coughed up as red. Oh no! And then, yes, 3 days later, she's writing a letter to his sister, who has been pining away, waiting for his return, and he's not going to return.
I've got a question for you, a random question.
I
Have
love
you
this.
have you ever used? Can you even see what I've got in my hand?
Is that the Revolution makeup palace based on chocolate bars?
Yes. Have you ever used one of these?
I love Revolution, everything that they do.
But have you used this?
Not that specific one,
It
but I
smells
have
like
used.
chocolate.
Oh, I know. I have one of the other chocolate palettes.
Okay,
Yeah.
like I opened it today and I was like, because I was just looking at the colors, because I was thinking about painting. So I buy things to just think about it, and then I was like, oh, this smells like chocolate.
Yeah, they
Oh,
have a they also have a peach blush and highlighter that smells like peaches and cream.
I just realized I've got a cherry one down here. Do you think? Do you think maybe it smells like cherries? Or is this one wet and wild? No, this
If it's
this
wet,
makeup session. Let me
I was
clear
gonna
my
say
nose because I
if
don't know
it's
if you
wet
get.
and if it's wet and well, it definitely doesn't smell like anything.
Dear listeners, I don't know if you can hear me, but I am nasally like crazy.
Nasally.
Nope, that just smells like box.
Yeah,
So
it's just. I think it's just Revolution that does that.
this is Revolution.
That one's Revolution too.
Yeah, yeah, but it
What's
doesn't
what's
smell like
the
anything.
what's the palette color? Like, what's the name of
Sweet
it?
like.
Sweet light. Oh, no, this
Yeah,
is Makeup Obsession.
yeah, it's Revolution.
Oh,
It's Revolution. I looked at the back. It's pretty
oh,
colors.
oh, those are nice shades.
Very red. So I was looking for some reds and some.
Ooh, you trying to do some red up in here, girl?
Girl, no. I just need to look alive. My skin looks dead. Dear
Well,
listeners,
I could give you a great suggestion for that if you
go in
like.
the fucking sun. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I was not. I was not gonna say that. I was gonna say that Morphe has a wonderful lip and cheek balm that you can just put a little dab on your contour line and rub it in and give yourself a little bit of color.
Ooh, will it give me actual cheeks again? Because I've gained a little weight, and it's just sort of. I want it to suck them in.
That's a
Like that.
vacuum. You're looking a vacuum. You're looking for a
Gotcha,
vacuum.
gotcha. Are you watching Drag Race UK?
Yes, I
So
am.
I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
How much does RuPaul not like Veronica Green? Because she should not have gone home.
I, I did you watch this week's yet?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
did. Wait, this
In
week's was the who went home this week.
this week was the girl group one.
Yes, I definitely did.
Okay.
Definitely did.
So I felt especially bad for Veronica Green given how that episode ended. I was like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
you
that's
could
why I
have
was
done
like,
that last.
oh,
That could have been last week. You did that.
yes,
You could
yes. And I
have."
was like, Rue dislikes her about as much as she dislikes Jan, and it is hilarious.
Well, I think you know what? That's saying a lot actually. I
Yeah.
do think that I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's something that's just not there, right? Like it's weird because I did expect her to be more confident this time around, considering, but then like she gave that weird life story talk about how everything has been going wrong in her life, and I was like, what's happening right now?
So my one thought about that,
That's
about
one
her
one
about her
thought.
dress before she went home. why didn't it have colors in it? Like, why wasn't it bright? And where was the green?
I don't know.
Okay. Like,
I
I
don't
never
know.
liked her. I didn't like her before. I thought she
I
was.
didn't. I didn't dislike her on the first season or the other season. I just thought, like, there's some people that have that, and I mean, you'll know this from all the queens, but like those people that just have that, like, I'm literally just here to grab the crown. It's all just a formality because I'm the most talented. It was like, that. But then when she came back this season, it was like a shell of that person. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is
I mean,
this is a
whereas
lot.
last season, I can pretty much say that we knew who was going to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
UK Drag Race has been the one that we know who's going to win, right?
I mean,
And
the thing
that's
is
kind of
that
because their reality shows are rigged.
are they?
A little bit more than ours, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I never really paid attention. Did you watch the first episode of Canada?
I have not watched that yet.
It's better. It is so much better this time.
I liked it last time. But speaking of, did you read his thing in the Hollywood Reporter?
Whose thing?
The dude who's no longer the judge.
Oh, Jeffrey Boyer Chapman?
Yes.
What did he say?
He basically said that unlike other drag races, they feed you what they want you to say on Canada's Drag Race since it was the first time doing it. He was fed the nasty cut. And like all of this is because of what they fed him to say. And they took him into the producer's room afterwards, and the producers like had him say some snide remarks for background stuff.
What?
Yeah, so they did it to him. According to him.
I don't understand because it's Canada. Like, it's so weird to me because like that seems so against the entire, like, this first episode. I can tell you that there's not really any snide remarks. Like,
Yeah.
they dropped it. Like, it's like
Good.
There's funny stuff, right? There's funny kind of asides, but like nothing like last season.
I'm just happy that the new judge, the preacher from Kim's Convenience is there. I love her. Have you watched Kim's Convenience?
I have.
Okay, I didn't watch the most recent season because it sort of seemed like,
yeah,
what's his doodle? The dude from the Marvel movie checked out. So
well, I heard that the newest season's not very, like, it doesn't have the same energy as the other ones did.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
sense.
Also that dude, you've heard about that dude, right?
The guy from Marvel movies? Which thing?
The one that he compared homosexuality to pedophilia.
Oh yeah, he's a problem. But yeah, no, I read it, and I was like,
I took off my headphones when you said he's a problem because I'm like, what?
No, so I read like a follow-up thing, and I was kind of understanding what he was talking about, in a way.
That part's not the worst part though. He's one of those Asian, like, there's a specific Asian men's right activist thing, and he's a member of that.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you have to look it up. He's been all over their Reddits a few years ago. Yeah.
How did this person get through the screening process to be a superhero?
They don't care. How did Scarlett Johansson make it?
Oh, that's true. Well, she is Japanese, so I mean.
Well, and trans. Remember? Like, she's everything. She's perfect.
Speaking of Scarlett Johansson.
Oh God, I was wondering where this was going. Go ahead.
So I was listening to NPR, and they were doing,
as you do.
As I do, and so they're doing an advertisement for the next season of Finding Your Roots, and Scarlett Johansson's gonna be one of the people, and I just started dying laughing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like so perfect compared to like everything we've had to hear about her."
And on that note, dear listeners, I think it's time for us to get to season 2, episode 2. Ted and Tammy. You keep talking over me. Can I say the title? Ted and Tammy. Now talk.
I'm Julia Sugarbaker's. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
I just really want them to pull her DNA record and get like 1% Asian, and so that we can so that she can be on camera feeling all smug and stuff. I would think that would be the best thing ever.
Dear listeners, this has been episode 2 of season 2, episode 2 of Baking Sugar. Ted and Tammy.
Anyway, okay,
are you ready to start? I have not watched this one in a bit, but it does stick with you like bad wine.
I mean, we did try to do it already once, so I think we'll be okay.
Dear listeners, we tried, and then I had some technical difficulties, and then Maim got sick, and then she somehow over the interwebs gave it to me.
It's that consumption, girl. It's the consumption. That's how it works.
I have a friend of mine who we saw about a week ago. It was all outdoors, and we had a beer, and she was coughing a little because she had her allergies, and I keep telling her she gave it to me. She's like, "There's no possible way I could have given it to you." I'm like, "Well, yes, you did, because you're the only person been around that's had any kind of sniffle."
God, you're an idiot. All right.
Oh, so we're at Sugar Bakers.
Sugar Baker, something exciting has come in the mail.
Well, Suzanne is looking for it. She's nothing exciting's come in the mail.
No, something exciting does come in the mail, not for Suzanne.
Oh, right. We aren't there yet. Don't skip. Have you forgotten how to do this? We've still got to I've got 4 lines to go through before we get to that. You're skipping that Julia wants to go to an art exhibit, and Suzanne doesn't want to go.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't want to go either because it's really just a bunch of small-breasted women sitting around eating fruit.
There you go. And then Anthony, the van broke down in a undesirable part of town, wherever there are gates on all the doors and all the windows and all the cars and everything. Does he mean the blackest part of town?
That's exactly what he means.
Okay.
It's just like they just want to say it, but that's what he means.
I mean, isn't he from that part of town?
Well, I don't. It's funny, right? Because we didn't really hear much about where Anthony's actually from, just that he ended up there after his unfortunate incarceration. So we're not really sure where he actually came from. Maybe he came from like a farming part of the South.
He's from Biloxi, I thought. I thought we went through that. No, we go through that here.
Yes.
No, he's from Alabama. He's from Alabama. That's right. Because I don't even know.
I mean, let's just be honest.
Something came in the mail.
Yeah. Oh, did something come in the mail? I don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what my notes say.
Yeah. 4 lines down from where you were is where it says it. So we're here now, though. We're here now. We're here. This episode is got so much plot. Don't drink your drink at me, Shelby. This episode has got so much plot that we have got to get through it. Anthony got a credit card, a gold card specifically.
I can tell you right now. So, dear listeners, let me just give you a little background about myself. I used to work for that company that issues those gold cards, and I can tell you right now that what Anthony is about to go through should be a lesson for all of you about the difference between a charge card versus a credit card and why you should really be very careful about which ones you apply for.
Anthony tells a story about how his first credit card was cut up
By Kenneth Kinneck.
Kenneth Kinneck.
That name.
And then he calls him. He like looks him up to tell him that he now has a gold card again. Oh, God.
I wrote down in my notes. I wrote down, this is a lot, also empowering, ?
I don't know. It felt predatory to me because that during the 80s, there was some predatory credit card lending.
Oh yeah, all the time. It was really bad.
Yes.
But
yes.
as the lady said very clearly to Anthony, even Carl Malden has a limit. So let me give you a fun story.
That's one line down. You're still out of order.
So when I was at American Express, right, when I used to, we actually used to have posters of Carl Malden from back when he used to do the advertising. Like they still had like posters from that in like parts of the hallways because that building had been there since the 70s. And so we weren't allowed to take pictures inside, but every time I saw it, I wanted to send you a picture so bad because we're the only two people who knew who Carl Malden was at our age.
Is it a metaphor?
Kind of. I felt almost like us with the Julio Iglesias poster. I felt the same way.
It wasn't even a poster. Dear listeners, back in our Spanish class, so back when Maim and I were in elementary school, we took Spanish as everybody in the state does. Off and on, though, never like regularly. It was like every other grade, sometimes mixed.
Just enough to get some of the words down.
Exactly. Well, it turns out, or at least the rumor was, I don't know if it's true or not, that our Spanish teacher was a drunk. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, that was the rumor.
What? Like sangria drunk or like beer drunk?
Not drunk. She wouldn't be drunk there, but just a drunk. Like she couldn't hold a job.
Oh, okay, I was excited though because I was like, well, that kind of explains some things.
Anyway, in the trailer, yes, dear listeners, our school was overpopulated because it was in North Carolina. We had to go to a trailer for Spanish class and for our academically gifted class. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we did.
And in this trailer where we were supposed to read The Red Badge of Courage, and girl, I never did, there was a little tiny newspaper clipping of Julio Iglesias, like, staring down at us.
His eyes totally followed us everywhere we went.
Everywhere. So we just would say Julio's watching because he was right there.
And then we said it for the rest of our time in school.
Because he always would. That damn thing never got taken down. It was there from like 4th grade to 8th grade. The same fucking clipping. It started yellowing. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's what happens in a humid, not very air conditioned teaching trailer.
That horrible trailer. That, ugh. God, that was not as bad as our AG English trailer. That
no, that one was really old and it smelled of mildew.
It did. We are lucky we did not get the black mold disease.
I mean, I didn't really know that that's what the smell was until later when I was working somewhere. They're like, "Oh, something smells mildew." And I'm like, "That's what that is."
Those tube tops over the foam to sit down on the ground. Oh God.
Well, she had to do something with all her used tube tops.
Anyway, Mary Jo comes in, and there's a new Steve Martin movie.
Is there? Because, I really want to go see that at that time, I think.
Because, Quentin says dad, she wants to go out and see a movie because she's living the dream.
Yeah, she's got that single mom right now. She's like, I want to go do some stuff.
Oh, Tammy called.
Oh, what does Tammy want?
She's nice.
Oh, well, I mean that's good, right? I mean, I would want the kids to be around a nice lady if they're going to be around her.
Quote Suzanne. Sounds to me like you hate her.
Oh no, no. She doesn't hate her. It's just she's just getting used to it. She's just getting used to this woman.
And apparently, like, Ted is trying to buy the kids. For those of you that don't remember, Tammy is Ted's. For those of y'all that don't remember, Ted is Mary Jo's ex-husband, and Tammy is the new woman he's seeing.
Yep. Now, before, when the show first started, the new woman that he was seeing was Suzanne.
Right.
Because that was an awkward first episode of the first season.
So, but Ted is apparently real rich. He's got a pool at his house. He's got a sports car. He is living that 80s cocaine lifestyle.
I know. I actually thought about him a lot and your dad.
See, the difference between him and my dad was that my dad was more living the Anthony lifestyle.
It's true. Oh, you're right.
I have seen that man get a credit card cut up before.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. He ruined my family's credit. My mother had her belt card cut up.
Let me tell you,
girl. There was a crisis in the Mims household. What are you gonna do without your belt card? How will you get your fine crystal? How will you buy your Liz? Dear listeners, I mean Liz Claiborne. And your Clinique. Mrs. Mama Mims was buying Clinique at that moment. The Clinique face wash bar. I distinctly remember this.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they still make them.
No, they do. I just forgot about that. That was
Yeah.
like such an integral part of our like skincare routine.
Yeah. She repaired that shit. Like, this was post-divorce. He did this somehow.
What?
Yes, like this was. I was
I don't understand.
13 or something. So, and she was, I believe the phrase is nonplussed, like pissed. I believe pissed is the. Yeah, so Ted comes in, and Tammy. And
played by the lovely and talented Scott Bakula.
Yeah, if you don't remember, Scott Bakula is Ted. It'd be great if he was playing Ted and Tammy, but it was like the Quantum Leap and he was in Tammy.
Oh my gosh, they should do that. When they reboot Quantum Leap, they should do that.
Are they rebooting Quantum Leap?
Yes.
Oh, God. Why?
I don't know. I just heard that they're rebooting it. I don't.
You know what they should reboot? You know what they should reboot?
No.
What was Jack Highway to Heaven? Jack.
I thought they did reboot it.
No. You're thinking of the Roma Downey TV show. What was that?
Touched by an
Angel. Yeah.
I thought they reboot Highway to Heaven also.
Not to be confused with that one with the angel, with the woman who's put into the lawyer's body that was on Lifetime.
No. So I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong.
Rebooted?
They're rebooting Highway to Heaven right now as we speak.
Who's playing?
It says here, it's gonna be on Lifetime.
Oh God.
It's gonna have Jill Scott. She's
wait. Jill Scott, the raptress and poet,
the singer. Yeah. She's gonna be playing the angel. Oh. And it says here that the series is fully approved by the Michael Landon estate. Michael's widow is acting as an executive producer on the show. You look. you have a look on your face that's like, I cannot believe I just heard this.
It's true. It's true.
I was like, I can see it. You literally, At first, you were like, you thought I was joking, and then it was like that thing
Uh,
where the person's not only not realizing they're not joking, but they're actually starting to get upset because they're like, really?
look. The other day, the husband and I were watching television, and it was Little House on the Prairie. And I did not know this happened on Little House on the Prairie, but there was one of the young girls got raped and like by an older man, and they end up
On that
killing
show?
him. Yes, and they end up killing him, and like her dear sweet young kid who's in love with her like ends up dying too, and I'm like, what is this?
Wait, I didn't know Little House on the Prairie was like that. I
Me
thought it was.
either. I was shooketh.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was literally just like a bunch of like after school specials disguised as like old timey times.
Well, they were all white.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Okay,
That's
where
true.
were we at?
Oh, we
Oh.
were talking about Ted getting there. So I like this though, right? This is so cute because
Are you going to talk about Quentin talking to Suzanne about picking her up?
Yes, I thought it was so cute, but also, awkward.
Yes, and then well, Julia's response: he has perspective for his age. Oh,
Isn't this where this is also where Claudia's hair is cut as well, right?
what'd you say?
This is where Claudia's hair is cut also, correct?
No,
like
that's later. That's
No, I
later.
thought
When
it was, I thought they mentioned like Quentin got the weight set, Claudia got her hair cut. I thought they were both in like the same
you're
moment.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
'cause, like-
You're,
'cause it was, like,
wait,
both
I've
of them-
got news.
Oh, what happened now? What is it?
Ted and Tammy,
Yes.
TNT,
Yes.
are
Yes.
engaged
Shut up.
to be married. Even
Oh my gosh. That's much worse than what I thought it was at first. That's not good. Mary Jo should not have to suffer through that already. I mean, this is too much. This is too much.
I also have to add in. Ted offers for the kids to move in. I have one question about all this. Where the fuck's JD Shackelford?
Girl, I was wondering that too. I was
like why is she all?
I was really confused. I was when okay, so when she was asking about the Steve Martin movie, I was like, did they break up? Because they're acting like she's like single again or something like that.
Well, the thing we know this is definitely not a season 1 anything because the big chair's gone, the set looks normal, the quality of filming is back up to the on par with the time. So we are definitely in a second season. This is not a first season. They are very lucky to. I mean, Charlene's hair is better. It's. Am I wrong?
I said, so I wrote down, I wrote down on my notes, and I know this is going to sound terrible, but all I put is that I just put in giant letters. I don't like Claudia.
Yeah, no, me either.
Like, I really don't like what they've, like, not the actress, but I don't like this role that they have her playing, because, like, they're making her, like, extremely...
With that said, do you remember kids that age when their parents got divorced and one was far richer than the other? Do you remember these little white kids? They acted like her.
Yes.
In the 80s, like.
Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you. So back in the 90s, you remember that one season that I got guilted into doing cross country? So I'm not gonna say who, but my mom came for one of the meets that they had at that park near our high school, and somebody started mouthing off at their mother, and I had to hold Mother Maim back. I had to be like, no, because she looked like she was gonna jump over that stream and go beat somebody's ass.
I'm gonna need you on my video on my phone. I'm gonna need you to send a message right away so I know who this person is.
Oh, as soon as I send it to you, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that checks out."
I know.
As soon as you see it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that checks out."
God,
that checks out.
Him.
When I say talk to her like she was a dog, like a dog, and I literally looked over at you know who, and I was like, I could see the blood just starting to rise.
Well, you know that's not surprising, seeing how he's treated his girlfriends too.
I know, it's all there. It's
he
all
used
there.
To, that one was a bully to me too. Like I didn't get bullied much in high school.
No, he bullied me too. Yeah.
But and it was subtle too. It was subtle, but
mine wasn't subtle. Mine was like
I was unfortunate. I mean, fortunately for me, I was white, so he wasn't good, and I was bigger than him. Like
yeah.
I could probably take him.
Yep.
He was just a tall twig. God, fuck him. Anyway. Dear listeners, if anybody is young and queer and having a rough time, I just want you to think about the people you don't like who have bullied you and just say to yourself, fuck them. That is what you need to say. They do not matter.
Nope.
In your life. Unless they do, and then...
I mean, if they still do, then that's a problem.
Yep.
And you need to go to talk to a therapist about it.
So, Suzanne... Mary Jo's in crisis. Yes. And Suzanne says that she is... Miss Valdana feeding grain. It took me so long to figure out what she was saying.
You didn't understand when she said she's her Miss Valdosta feeding grain.
No, I had to look up what Valdosta feeding grain was. I did not know. I thought she was saying a name. I thought she was...
You never drove through Valdosta ever, like going down through Georgia?
I have been to Georgia twice in my life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've been to Atlanta once when I was younger because we went to Six Flags over Atlanta.
Is that still there?
Yeah, of course.
I thought one of the Six Flags closed or something like that. I don't know. Girl, don't listen to me. You know I don't know nothing about theme parks.
I'm just thinking that may be the only time I've ever been to Atlanta.
Okay.
Because my grandmother on my dad's side, they used to have a house in Orlando, and I went to Disney World like twice when I was younger because they had a house in Orlando. We just drive down, but I was 5 when they got rid of it. No, I had to be 7. Whatever. I don't remember any of that.
They should have kept that house.
No shit. No shit. I think it was actually near Cape Canaveral, so it was like it was on the beach side. Yeah,
that's even nicer.
Yes.
Lord, that would be worth so much money now.
These people. Dear listeners, we're taking all of the asides today, but we're only 30 minutes into a 29-minute episode, so we'll keep on talking. So I don't know how much you know about Grandmama Mims on the dad's side.
I don't know nothing about her.
Oh, really? You don't? I'll tell you a little story. They were the first pharmacist. My grandfather was the first pharmacist in Hickory.
What?
Yes. Tons of money. Real rich. Owned a lot of land. Wow. Gave it to a very corrupt church.
That checks out.
Yeah. Yeah, like the church is built on part of their land near downtown Hickory. Which is probably worth a lot of money now, right?
Yes.
They owned like shit tons of forest area. And like gave part of it over to the church to build a youth like pool and stuff, which very nice. Ruined the beauty of this area.
Of course.
Like so much money. Gave it to, and Like, and the church squandered it. Like,
So do you think that that's in your? Do you think that that's the thing in your gene pool that like helped you excel the way you excelled?
what?
I mean, because if he was a pharmacist, then clearly he had similar leanings to how you've had leanings.
I mean, maybe, but like, I don't know. His pharmacy back in the day wasn't like pharmacy now. It was a lot more just weighing stuff and not trying to kill the person.
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
Like it was powders, just weighing it, putting it into little capsules, and handing it to somebody. It's not quite the same as it is now.
Yes, no, now it's very high tech.
It's very, very high tech, very, very high tech, especially the ones that work at Walgreens. If you have never watched Superstore, the pharmacist is one of the best characters because he's the highest paid person in the entire store. That's not like the store manager, and like he's like, they can't do anything to me. He sexually harasses everybody. They're like, what is he gonna do to me? I'm the pharmacist. They have to have me. It's hilarious.
I've still not watched Superstore at all. I still haven't gotten to it.
Well, so Valdosta Grain. Suzanne goes through her story of how Valdosta Grain.
How many times would you estimate she said it?
At least 15. Like, over and over and over again. But long story short, which is amazing for the way we run things, this is probably the shortest story we've done. She stabbed her in the back.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then, but Julia's like, well, did you ever think that you kind of act like her? Are you calling me about Miss Valdosta Feeding Gray? Oh. Mary Jo canceled the movie.
I know. It's
sad.
I must have been focused on some really weird things when I was taking these notes because I wrote in my notes now. I just wrote, I hate Mary Jo's shoes. I don't know where my focus was this time.
I mean, girl, if you have a female foot fetish, that's okay.
It's not okay. That. It's just funny because like I wrote the Valdosta Feeding Great, and then the next line I have in my notes is I hate Mary Jo's shoes.
I don't remember which one she's wearing. Usually, like I know in the later episodes I start noticing them because there's a lot of taupe stilettos, and it's very weird. And they rotate who's wearing them. I know that because I know there's going to be lots of red dresses with taupe stilettos happening. And I remember this from my childhood. Am I wrong?
It's not that. It's just taupe in general makes me laugh. I don't know why.
It is such a color. It is. Why did white people think that their skin tone should be on shoes? It is. So we're fast forwarding to the next day or two, and we're at Sugar Baker's.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary Jo buys Claudia, and I wrote it right here, the dowdiest dress.
It's so terrible.
Like, she's going on and on about how beautiful this dress is, and because Claudia's getting ready to go to a dance.
However, I did note that I actually was like, I should recreate this dress. I wrote that in my notes. I was like, I want to recreate this dress now because it's just so terrible.
You cut it in half. You take a long piece of fabric. You cut it in half. You cut out a pair of overalls with the skirt at the bottom instead of that. And then you take a shitty ribbon. Once you've sewn it around, like you just one seam. And then once you do that, you just take a ribbon or a scrap of fabric and just tighten a bow on the at the midriff. That's all it is. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Okay. So you can make that. Actually, I think you usually wear that. Ooh, I believe I can fly. Wait, I can't sing that song because
Did you know I don't wear that? You know I don't wear that kind of dress.
Girl, he's in jail.
Finally. I mean, he's finally going to stay there at this time.
So we learned that Anthony's bought a washer and dryer on his card, and Mary Jo is using his card because she's already at her limit.
Yep. This is a bad analogy for the crisis of credit.
So Tammy and Claudia come in, and Tammy bought Claudia a beautiful dress.
Yeah.
A beautiful dress. Did they even show the dress?
Nope, they didn't.
Oh, good. It was probably the same dress.
It probably was similar. I mean, it's the 80s, so all the young female dresses kind of look like that.
They were all using Sand to Sable cologne.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that happened.
Yeah.
That happened. Oh, so speaking of cologne, I was watching that movie, the Meryl Streep movie.
Devil Wears Prada?
Devil Wears Prada,
No?
thank you. I was getting there. You gotta give me a second. And do you know the scene in the movie where, first of all, Anne Hathaway's friends are the worst? I hate them all. And her boyfriend is like the worst. If in the real world, she would have dumped all of them except for the gay guy. I assume he's supposed to be gay, and just let them to rot. Anyway, because she had a job that paid well and would have given her everything.
Oh, I agree.
Everything. Anyway, so there's the scene where they're all like in the bar, and she's like handing out gifts from work, and she gives the woman the Michael Kors bag, and like the phone, and she hands the gay guy some perfume. I know what perfume it is.
Oh,
it's the cotton candy perfume. I was like, it's got the very specific, light pink color with the pink swirl on top. And I was like, that shit's cheap.
Well, I mean, it was probably on the sample floor. It's probably something like that. I mean, I don't know, man. That movie, I have a lot of conflicts about that movie now that I'm older. When I watch it now, I'm just like, she could have been the most powerful woman in fashion.
Yes. So my husband has a very, I think, true statement about that movie, about the best delivered line in the movie.
Okay.
It's not the speech. It's not the cerulean speech. It happens just before that, when they're trying to get the belts together.
Okay.
And Meryl Streep just looks and says, "I'm waiting." Her delivery of that line is perfect. Go back and watch that scene.
Okay. You look so smug right now.
Look. I'm just right. So Mary Jo gives Claudia the carousel horse.
Which I'm so confused why a teenage girl would want that in her room. I don't get it. But it's,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Mary Jo that's the thing. She's like, this is going to win her love.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's what that is. So that we go to Mary Jo. I had to figure out what was going on, and I missed a line because I'm sorry. I do apologize. We're now at Mary Jo's.
Yes.
And Tammy is running late with the kids. So they start having a little discussion about all of this. And Julia tells a story about rheumatic fever and that the slightest thing may affect her. Flipping the page.
It's so dramatic.
So her mama, at one point, Perky, is like, she eventually Julia milks it, and eventually Julia didn't want to do something. I don't remember what it was, and Perky takes her outside and tells Julia says, "Well, if I don't get to do this, I'm gonna die." And she said, "Would you please stay out here? I'm having company later, and I don't want to have any dead bodies around." And and Perky just goes back inside and shuts the door on the veranda. Now, is that a metaphor? No, because that actually happened.
Oh, I felt like, I mean, I realize that they do this on purpose, but every once in a while, Julia's dialogue totally sounds like it's written by Tennessee Williams. Like every once in a while, like
It does!
I can just see it. I can just see like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof Part 3, right? And like at that point, right, you've moved on to another family in the South, and like the mother is this woman. I could see it so clearly.
You know, I've never seen Cat on a Hot Tin Roof or Streetcar Named Desire. Yeah, and I've seen The Glass Menagerie, and I actually saw the John Cusack version of John Malkovich. The John Malkovich version. It was an acted play of The Glass Menagerie.
I love that you've seen The Glass Menagerie, but you haven't seen the other two. Like, that's...
Turn off that light, Jenny. Turn off that light. Or is it blow out that light? It's probably blow out that light, Jenny. Blow out that light.
No, you need to watch Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Like, it is...
I know.
Oh,
It's on my list. I have, however, seen Murder by Death with Truman Capote as Truman Capote.
Murder by Death is one of... Oh, man, I should watch that for Halloween. That's like one of the... That movie is perfect.
It is a mess. It's
so terrible, but my gosh.
But Truman Capote as Truman Capote is phenomenal.
I mean, it's a mess, but my goodness, it's fun to watch.
What'd you say?
It's so fun. It's so fun.
You know what my one of my favorite like of those silly movies is?
What?
The Val Kilmer classic Top Secret.
Oh, I love Top Secret.
I love Top Secret.
Yeah.
I love Top Secret.
Great movie.
It is a great movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I know a little German. He's right over there.
like some of those early Val Kilmer movies before he was a star.
Oh yeah, Real Geniuses.
Real Genius. I love those movies. When I was a kid, those were some of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually bought that. What is that movie? Oh my god, it's left me. The Michael J. Fox movie where it's the oh my god, they have to go around town and get like do random things and like get clues.
Oh yeah, Midnight Madness.
Yes,
I also own it. I own it too.
I haven't watched it yet because I don't know if it holds up.
Cause Midnight Madness starts to get to you, no matter what you say. Yep, that.
Does it hold up?
It does. It holds up for. I mean, it holds up for like an '80s comedy. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Because it's very. I mean, it's kind of like borderline campy and like so ridiculous. But no, it's still. That's
Tammy's here with the kids.
No. Why is she here? Tammy's taking up smoking. It sounds like Tammy's a smoker.
You say, girl. You'll see, boys. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Claudia wants to move in with her dad's because she just wants to do whatever she wants to.
That's right, and Dad said they could, so that's that.
And Tammy said, "I will not have you talk to your mom like that." And Tammy was like, and then Claudia goes upstairs. Tammy apologizes to Mary Jo. Mary Jo's like, no. I have to take some people out on the veranda. And Tammy's like, looks like, what? And Julie's like, it's just a metaphor. To which Charlene says, I thought that actually happened.
actually have a lot of lines in this episode.
No, but Gene Smart, Emmy winner, multi-Emmy winner, Gene Smart. Yes. Who have you watched Hacks yet?
No, I'm going to.
You've been saying that for a while now.
I know, but there's other stuff that keeps coming on.
It's only like 7 episodes.
I realize that, but you know that my TV, it's like Halloween season, so I've been like spending all of my free time sewing.
Okay, and then it'll be Christmas. It'll be Thanksgiving season, then Christmas season.
I don't have special outfits I wear for Thanksgiving.
You will for Christmas, though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, good. Like there has to be a tree skirt. There has to be a tree skirt. A huge A-frame tree skirt. What are you talking about? I actually just took 2 tree skirts and just hot glued them together whenever I did it, and it looked actually pretty fantastic. I got 2 from the Dollar Tree, and like all moved like they were the squares with the different like shapes in them, and I offset them, glued that shit together, tied up in the back, hoisted over me, and it worked and it looked good, bitch.
Why did I just get called a bitch? I didn't say anything.
Oh, that was just me to the general drag public.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Well, I'll just say I was saying it to Veronica Green. Is that better?
I was like, I'm Team Mims. Why are you yelling at me? I'm always Team Mims.
I'm not yelling at you. You're yelling at... We're both starting to lose our voice.
To quote
I'm Team Mims. Why are you yelling at me? I can't help but yell at you.
To quote our
not yelling. I just have to use the effort to make you hear me.
Our audience right now, our listeners are like, we can tell they haven't really talked to each other in a couple of weeks. We can tell.
It's true. We've got this episode to go through.
We're almost done with this episode.
I know. So Mary Jo goes upstairs, and she's like, "It's okay for you to go, if you want to go." And then they decide not to go. And Mary Jo says, "You can pick me up," and Quentin says something like, "That's nothing. You're little."
You hate child actors.
I don't like 80s child actors. Like I really don't. I don't think they're. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the first time a child actor's been good. Prove me wrong.
JTT.
Oh my God! Did you have a crush on
him?
Because he's right at our age.
I don't think so. I don't remember. I never liked any of those kids. I think because they reminded me too much of our actual like classmates.
Okay.
And
well, that and you were like you probably. I know your mother had an aversion to those shows, rightfully so. It was not a good show.
Yeah, we weren't big on. That's true. I forgot about that. That's so funny. You remember something that I forgot. Yeah, like we didn't watch like Married with Children. We didn't watch Roseanne.
Oh, Bud. I had a thing for Bud. I had a thing for JTT.
You had a thing for David Faustino?
I don't know what he looks like now. He was cute back in the day. Yes.
You know what I think it owes to, though? I'd have to admit at this point in my life, I think that I always skewed toward older. So, because as you're saying it right now, I'm like, oh wait, I think most of the people that I had crushes on back in that time period were.
I know. I remember at Quiz Bowl 1996, and there was like a doctor who you'd seen at the gym that you were like, he is so hot. I was looking at like the other like people my age who were young and virile, and you've already picked somebody that's gone through the change.
What are you saying? Oh my gosh. That man was in his like late 20s.
No, he was a doctor, so he was at least 30s.
I don't know. I mean, but it's so funny, right? When you said that just now, I started really actually having a moment where I was like, wait a minute.
You always liked them old.
I've always liked older. Not old. I've always liked.
You liked them old when you were young. You liked when you were a teenager. You liked them old.
I did not like them old. I didn't know how old you were.
Cuckoo, Mrs. Robinson. I'm just saying.
It was not that extreme. You don't say that. It's not that extreme.
I apologize, Mama Maim, that you were getting some learning about your dear drag
It's
queen
not, but it's
son.
not. It was. They were not that old. They were not.
They were twice your age.
No.
They were definitely 32 when you were 16.
But I didn't know how old they were.
That doesn't make it. It's not wrong for you. It'd be wrong if they tried to do something.
I think though, but I think a lot of it. I mean, I do have to say, I think a lot of it just extended from all of the media that I was exposed to because I wasn't exposed to much with teenagers in it. So I just never thought. I never thought about teenagers in that way because that's not what I ever watched. Right? Like someone asked me. Who was it? Oh. Somebody did this post, right? As far as like, who is your first like the crush that you could really like identify as like your first crush? And I wrote in there, I was like, Gregory Harrison in that movie where he played the stripper. And somebody was like, what are you talking about? And I went and I looked it up. It was from like 1986, 1987. And I think I saw it in like reruns later in life. But like Gregory Harrison is an adult man. And I was like, yeah, that's it right there. That's my type right there. I was never much into
never much into
that.
Think of who my first like real identifiable crush was that wasn't a cartoon character. Girl, those Battletoads were jacked.
Oh, there's our next T-shirt.
Let me write that down, girl. Those Battletoads were jacked.
There's our next T-shirt. Awesome. I'm really happy that we have another piece of material there. That was.
Do you know how, dear listeners, I am trying to make T-shirts. They are very difficult to make.
What do you mean they're difficult to make? I see drag queens make them all the time.
Yeah, they're actually buying like hundreds of them.
Oh, we're not doing that.
No, I'm trying to do on-demand shit, so...
No, yeah.
So that's more difficult. So where were we at? Oh, Anthony. Julia's trying to get his credit card approved for something. I think it's a light or something.
Yes, for his place.
And she's calling the credit card company to get it approved. And yes, I've got it right here in front of me. A pair of scissors. Yes, I've got a pair of scissors. And Anthony has his belt card cut up.
His belt card? It's not a belt card, girl.
Oh my God, I did not... Did you like this episode?
I didn't hate it. It was very... I didn't hate it, but it was very, like... It was super muddled. You know, like... They really started getting a good formula at the end of the first season where they just stuck to one kind of thing.
Yep.
And this, like, it doesn't do well when it's dealing with more than one thing. It just doesn't. So I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, Mary Jo's storyline wasn't really funny, which I think is kind of part of the problem with the episode. It was kind of like, all right, so we're gonna have a little Lifetime moment, but this was before Lifetime, so it was just like too like what's the word I'm looking for? Too heavy-handed with like the respect mothers, respect divorced single mothers, and
I too was missing JD. Like it didn't make sense. Like the juxtaposition of having... Well, first, let's take another aside. JD is richer than Ted.
Yep.
JD is so wealthy.
Yeah.
So wealthy. Also, as my dear husband asked, why doesn't Mary Jo have this money? Like... I know, and I remember the exact episode where she said, I don't want the money.
Yeah.
That was stupid. She should still be getting child support.
Yeah, I don't understand why she's not. And she should be getting substantial child support, technically.
Exactly, because Ted is rich.
Yeah.
And Quentin is a little twerp. So
Will you stop bullying that child?
he's not a child anymore. That's who it was. That's who it was. It was the kid from Grace Under Fire. He's dead now.
I mean, I forgot about that show.
Yeah, I know you did. She just did a, what was his name?
Now, my mom actually did like that one. Probably because they were like, she wasn't that bad.
There it is. Because Quentin was his name.
Quentin
John Paul
Kelly.
Stoyer, who was also, oh my God, he played Alexander on.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, but he was like he was. I remember thinking he was incredibly cute on a Grace Under Fire, and he was, the right age for me too. Oh, and Boy Meets World dude.
Corey?
Yes. No. Wait. The friend.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Ryder. His real name is Ryder or something or other.
Ryder Strong. Yeah. Oh, he is a beautiful man now.
Well, isn't he like one of the?
Yeah, like that. That's him. Can you see?
Yeah. No, I remember him.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I will say, that is one of the people that I did actually have a crush on at that time.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So I will admit to that.
And like, who else were in those like comedies back then? I'm trying to think if there were any more kids. Well, not in Step by Step. There wasn't any one of them in that.
Cody.
Oh God, didn't he end up killing somebody or something?
Probably.
Raping somebody or sexual assault. Actually, I think it was sexual assault. Hold on here.
Pass.
Cody.
We're
Step by.
Dear listeners,
we apologize for this devolving.
What happened to the guy who plays Cody on Step by Step?
Mitchell.
Yeah, 96. Mitchell is convicted of beating his wife.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, because he was like a major.
No, I know who it was. I know exactly who it was. Oh my God, how did I forget this? Jonathan Brandis in Sequest DSV. God rest his soul.
Is he dead too?
Yes, autoerotic asphyxiation.
What?
He's been gone for a while. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, or maybe not autoerotic asphyxiation. That's what.
No. Wow. Yeah, he was. Yeah. It was like there was a long time ago he passed away.
Yes.
Man.
Roy Schneider's God, Rob Schneider. It's can you imagine? That's a completely different TV show. Roy Schneider, who was the captain in Jaws, in Sequest DSV. Watch it, everyone. Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
You know what? I actually, I really didn't. I couldn't find one this episode.
I didn't write down one either.
I was just like, this to me was just a weird episode. It was just like, it was almost like you could tell they're trying something different. Like they're trying to be more meaningful. So it was like, there just wasn't as much in like the beautiful dresses or anything else. It was
everybody just looked sort of. I mean, Suzanne's at the very beginning was very pretty, but it was the same dress that she wore. She wore it in the last episode.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything special. It was just like, oh
no. And I mean, Julia's worn her episodes a couple of times. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just kind of like meh. So yeah, I don't know. This season kind of like it's a little weird so far. Although it does give us good material to talk about, but it is weird so far.
Well, girl, we have spoken for an hour already.
I don't know. Maybe for season 2, our episodes might start getting shorter because season 2, so far, the first couple episodes have been kind of like.
I mean, if Dear listeners, I'm going to plug our Patreon right now.
Yes.
If you send us money, patreon.com/baking sugar, eventually, I will pay somebody to edit this mess. Right now, it is me and 15 minutes. If you want it well edited, by glory, by God, throw us some money.
That should be what our Patreon is paying for. Our Patreon should be paying for an editor.
An editor. They cost. Do you know how much they cost?
I've never
around
done a
$300 an hour. So,
and we do a lot of talking.
And we do so much talking. So, dear listeners, and they'll get rid of. Just think about it, dear listeners. This editor would get rid of my sniffles, my coughs, Maim's insane and laughter. It would just get rid of.
What were you about to say?
And that tone. You hear that tone that Maim's got
You
right
were
now.
about to say-
That
you were
one.
about to
That
say
one that is
something not
so that causes dogs to pee themselves. That tone.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, they'd also edit out my horrible laughter. Anyway, Maim, tell these people where they can find you.
Yeah, dear listeners, you can find me
Dear
on Instagram.
listeners.
Just Instagram at auntie.maim. That's MAIM. You can find me on Facebook at I'm Your Auntie Maim, all one word. If you're down in South Florida, every Thursday night, you can catch me hosting amazing colossal karaoke at this little bar called Kill Your Idol in Miami Beach. And I think that's about it. What about you, Mims?
So I am the divine Miss Mims. Please follow our podcast at Baking Sugar Pod on Twitter. Patreon. We would love to have some support. We have ads in this thing. I do actually have a goal to help us get rid of ads. As soon as we reach it, I will turn off the ads. We make so much money from these ads right now. I'm getting ready to get the first deposit since this has started in January. I'm getting ready to get my first deposit of $11.50. So, dear listeners, please.
One of our friends / listeners was like, you know that there's like a lot of conservative ads on your podcast.
Really? Whenever I listen every once in a while just to see what it is. And for me, it's always cable TV, like
No, I
Spectrum.
think it's based on like where they're located, because I think they're in Texas. And so I was like, well, they just kind of cater to your area. So
Yeah, and like it's whatever Spreaker who we host on is. Anyway, you can find me at the Divine Miss Mims on Twitter. Sorry, Divine Miss Mims. The was too many letters. Yeah, that's really all she wrote for this mess. I think I've lost oxygen.
Cool. I mean,
Well,
everybody...
Maim, I think we're done here. Do you think we're done?
I think so too. I would agree with that.
Okay.
I want to go crawl into a little ball now and cry.
Then, do you know what these are?
You bought a lot of Revolution makeup.
Do these smell? Hold on. Oh, these smell too! This one smells like blueberries. What does this one smell like?
Probably strawberries.
That smells horrible.
On that note,
say goodbye, Maim.
goodbye, Maim.
Bye, y'all.